All right, guys, beard advice series time. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Brian Haywood here. Welcome back to my Beards and Banjos YouTube channel where we discuss tips and tricks for your beards. We do product reviews, we do unboxings, and we've got this beard advice series where you guys can send in some pictures to me to that email address you see below. I take a look at it for a little bit, and then you get featured in your own beard advice series video. That's what we're doing today. We've got Steven, and I haven't really corresponded with Steven a lot. I didn't see his Instagram profile or anything like that. So he just sent me an email, sent me a couple pictures there, and he said, yeah, my beard's really curly and all over the place. That's really all I got. So yes, your beard's curly, but I do not think it's all over the place. It looks pretty put together to me. I'm not sure if this is new to you, you're just growing out for the first time or not, but I think it looks great. Potential to go even further with parts of it and kind of maybe clean up some of the other parts. So hopefully this video will give you a little bit of thought about where you can go with this in the future, kind of the mindset you need to go into it with kind of a curly beard, and maybe give you a couple options. So if you take a look at it, Steven's got a great mustache there and is already able to split it and comb it to the side. So I'm not sure how many months this might be. It looks like it might be at maybe 4 months or so, 3 or 4 months, depends on growth and if he started from scratch or that kind of thing. But he's got potential for that mustache to really kind of lay on top and become a separate thing with maybe just another month or two. If you take from where you're at there and go 2 more months with everything and kind of clean up some things, I think it's going to be a killer look for you. And the other thing you've got to realize is, yes, you've got a curly beard, so don't expect it to be straight. Don't fight it. You don't need to do excessive trying to straighten it with heat or any of that kind of stuff. You just don't need to. So you want to kind of think about the shape that's going to suit you well, and I kind of think about that lumberjack kind of shape, the roundness to it. So you want to think about that really curly beard like a hedge, right? So you can shape it however you want. You shouldn't be fighting it and trying to straighten the hairs on it, in my opinion, on what I see there, because it's a really good beard and it is not all over the place. All right, it may seem that way to you right now, but to me, somebody who's had a beard for 2 years now, it's yours is definitely not all over the place. So a couple of things I think you should do is to keep going with that mustache. All right, so get that on out there. And you see, I kind of did the mock-up here, and it looks a little bit too kind of manicured on the way the markup that I did, the way it looks on that. But I used this guy's picture in the last video, but I'll put it up here just so you can see. I still think it should be a natural kind of looking mustache and not with tons and tons of wax and kind of sharp tips or anything like that, but a nice full natural looking mustache swept over to the side, and to get it separate from your beard. Okay, so go and let it grow out a little bit, and then you can kind of shorten the hairs around it. For me, it takes about kind of 2 times to really get it separate. So once everything starts to really grow and starts to kind of all get together, you kind of pull this up and do a little trimming right underneath or right there where your lips meet, and that kind of helps you get it separate a little bit, let it grow some more, and then kind of do that process one more time, and that will probably be all you need. And then as you do that, you can just kind of keep the ends kind of blunted. So if you get a couple of really long stragglers, you can just kind of pull that in a little bit, keep everything nice and tight on that, and that would be a really good look for you. And then to go along with that, what I see on the sides, you got really good growth at the bottom, and then at the cheek line, it's growing. I see it's growing, and I think if you let it grow, it will all fill in a little bit more. But if you're going to go with that separate looking mustache, what you're going to be able to do is you can kind of go just a little bit lower with the cheek line, or maybe just a little more rounded with it. You still kind of want to aim for the corner of your mouth, and then from there you can just round it a little bit, so you can bring it down a little bit. That way the stuff underneath it will have a little bit stronger growth. where it actually starts. And if you grow your entire beard down just a little bit, what that'll do is you can, when you get a little bit more density here, you can bring down the cheek line. It won't look out of balance or anything. So the longer your beard is, the lower you can get away with your cheek line. So my suggestion, what I'm thinking here, is to get get your mustache separate, and then get that cheek line just a little bit more rounded. Maybe bring it down slightly, and then at the bottom, maybe just let it fill out a little bit more. Obviously you've got the genetics. If you want the big, long, natural kind of lumberjack mustache, that would be great. I'm not sure exactly what you're going for, but I like where it's at now. Maybe from here, and maybe another month's growth on there, you could have this kind of filled out as much or as little as you want. Have that nice mustache that's going to kind of bring people's eyes to it as well. Bring that cheek line down and make that mustache pop even more. And then that big beard, you want to think about trimming that when you are ready to trim it as trimming a hedge. So instead of trying to straighten everything out, or I don't really see lots of lines going on. Everything I see, I think, should be more rounded. So if it gets too bushy on the sides, then you can kind of taper that down and just kind of shape everything. Okay. And there's ways to do that. You can use the brio. You can kind of do the hedge trimming on the sides coming away from that. You can use, hold on a minute. All right, so a new tool for me over the past couple of weeks, I went and bought a pick. I actually got a pack of 3 picks from Walmart for $2 and something, because my beard is going with a natural look and it's relatively curly. I have a hard time getting combs through it and that kind of stuff. So it's like, I'll get this thing that's spaced out a little bit more and start using it. So I've actually enjoyed the process of kind of fluffing out the beard, which is kind of goes against what a lot of other people say. You always want to get it straight and that kind of thing. But I've got some areas in here that doesn't have good growth. So by going in with the pick and kind of getting those areas teased out a little bit, I can kind of get more of the round head shape that I'm looking for. So you can do that, and also use the pick to help you a little bit when you're ready to trim. You can kind of pick everything out, get it shaped, and then any of the stragglers, you can kind of take those away with your scissors to start with. And then if you want to go further than that, you could actually use the pick too to help you make some tapering lines and that kind of thing. So just it looks to me like you're still in the growing stage and the experimenting around. So I would grow the mustache out, address that cheek line, let the bottom fill out a little bit more, and then kind of see from there how poofy it gets here and what you can deal with and what you don't like about it. Kind of figure out what you want to change, but just go slow. You don't want to detract from anything you've been doing over the past few months to grow everything out. All right, your beard reminds me a little bit of Derek from Bearded America. I did a video on this series with him a little while back, but he's got that really curly, dense growth like you've got at the bottom. So I think this shape would look really good for you. Now he's got a little bit different kind of growth here with the cheek line and stuff, so I didn't suggest growing out that mustache separate like I am for you, because with your cheek line there, you can bring that down a little bit and really emphasize that mustache. Get that nice round shape at the bottom that's nice and full, and I think that would look really, really good. It already does look really good. So you've got to kind of put your mindset in. Mindset is, okay, no, it's not all over the place. It's curly, but it is not all over the place. Get these goals in mind you want to go for, and then kind of adjust once you get to that point and think about, okay, do I like this? What do I like? What do I don't like? Do I like it shorter? Do I want to keep going and get it longer? Those kind of things. All right, so I hope this helps Stephen, and I hope this helps some of you guys watching, and put down in the comments. See, I think most people agree with me. Do you think Stephen's beard is all over the place? I don't think it is. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next video.